Big Mama always told us that family comes first. No matter what happens, whether you cheat on your wife, beat her, or you're a convicted felon. Either way, you always gotta put your family and your blood relatives before anything else. It don't matter if they scam you, finesse you, cheat you out of your last $20. If they got the same blood in their veins as you gotta treat them as such. And every Sunday, we prove that by sitting down together and eating Sunday dinner. I got robbed by my cousin Skeeter at last Sunday dinner, but that's still my dog. This is soul food. My name's Ahmad, and this is my family. This is my mom and dad. They love each other. She pregnant. I'm already a big brother. But now, I got another little one on the way. This is my Aunt Terry and Uncle Miles. Uncle Miles played Ghost on Power later in his life. I know y'all probably are familiar with him. Don't worry about it. He ain't gonna sell no drugs or shoot nobody in this movie. This is Lim. He's marrying my Aunt Bird. But right now, he got a BBL baddie on him. Well, they didn't really have BBLs back then, so shorty ass just fat. And this is Big Mama, the matriarch of the family, the cornerstone of everything. And she don't like the fact that this bitch is shaking her ass on Lim right now. And neither does Aunt Bird. That's why she in the bathroom crying. This is Samuel. This guy that walked up and put $1 in her bra, he be getting paper, I ain't gonna lie. And he want Aunt Bird, but I guess Aunt Bird don't want him. She like jailbirds. Anyways, things aren't going well at this wedding. It's a hoochie mama on Lim, all my aunts mad, and my mom pregnant as hell. At any moment that baby could pop. Damn. Now they were going to go over there and beat her ass, but Big Mama always knew how to do what's right. So she started dancing with Lim, which is crazy by the way, because she's dancing with Lim and later she's gonna lose a limb. That was crazy? Alright, my fault. But now it's Sunday dinner. This is the Reverend. He always kissing up on all the girls. My dad mad as hell right now. And then there's Uncle Pete. He stay upstairs and just watch TV all day. You know, God and Light, football games, whatever 3 channels we get back then. CBS, PBS, ABC. But now it's time for Sunday dinner. Baby, don't you put too much in that damn pan now. You know you can't cook. Yeah, that is true. You can't cook. And your name's Bird. And we all know why. Oh, bitch, shut up. Hey, baby. Hey, come here real quick. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Right here, we already see that Lim, he trying to get it in. You feel me? And I don't blame him. That's Nia Long. Now, Ahmad in the kitchen with Big Mama. And she's trying to explain to him to never leave a towel on the stove because it could catch fire. But so can her elbow flab. You see, Big Mama doesn't pay attention to her diabetes, which is not good. Obviously, being diabetic and not paying attention to your diabetes is going to lead to a lot of complications. Just wait on it. Foreshadowing. Now, they eating Sunday dinner at this point, and I ain't gonna lie. They is clowning Bird. She finally made some food that nobody's gonna eat except Lim, but they're married, so it doesn't count. Now, during this Sunday dinner, we see our first sibling rivalry between Maxine and Terry. See, Terry used to date Ahmad's dad, but obviously he ended up liking Maxine more, which is kind of sad when you think about it, but I mean, it is what it is. So we stole her right from underneath Terry's nose, and they almost got scrapping because of it. I mean, actually, they did get scrapping. Oh my God. Okay, put her in the headlock. Okay. So this guy over there acting like he about to stop the fight. He ain't stopping nothing. So editor, please zoom in on Ahmad's dad real quick. Look at this smirk on his face. Does that look like the face of a man that's going to stop a fight? Anyways, let's go back to dinner and find out why Lim went to prison. Hey, Lim, why you get clanked anyway, man? What you do? Hey, man, you know, I just got caught up doing a little something, man. You know how I go, though. Hey, no, I don't know how it goes, man. I don't be getting locked up, man. Can y'all please stop asking my husband about why he got arrested? Y'all need to worry about y'all's wives and y'all's marriages. Man, I know you ain't talking you know what? The fact that you Bird and you dating a jailbird and you a bird, you feel me? That's 3 birds. I bet your favorite basketball player is Larry Bird, huh? Favorite Sesame Street character? Big Bird. Like, I'm just saying, Toucan Sam, he probably like Fruit Loops. Now, in the middle of all of this going on, Maxine has her baby. Oh, a beautiful, beautiful little girl. Wow. Ahmad's a big brother once again. But obviously this is short-lived because Big Mama is going through it. There's no blood circulating through her leg because she's diabetic. It happens to people with diabetes sometimes and then they have to get amputated. It's pretty sad that it happens that way, but I mean, it is what it is when you don't take care of something that you should have been. Now obviously she's gonna have to get an amputation surgery, but she doesn't want to. But she eventually comes around to it because she wants to do it for Ahmad and her other grandchildren. Anyway, speaking of Ahmad, he's working with Bird cleaning up at a shop. And here comes Samuel in there. I think his name is Samuel. I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna call him Smooth Operator for the rest of this video. It's motherfucking smooth, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I know he did not just come in here to give her a wedding gift. Yo, that bracelet kinda fly, I ain't gonna lie. Hey man, I know your man can't get you nothing like this, man. But don't worry about it. I'm gonna look out for you, and I'm always here if you need me. Well, I don't need you, and my man's name is written all over this kitty cat. Yo, why did she just put her finger in her mouth at him like that? I might have left my wife just for that, I ain't gonna lie. Now we back at Ahmad's crib, and his mom and dad are having a conversation. And by conversation, I mean he's putting on music to slow dance with her so he can get her pregnant again. God damn, keep your hands off of her, ASAP Rocky. Dancing and talking like that, the reason why she got pregnant the first time. Also, how did her stomach shrink so fast? I mean, I know it's a movie and, you know, obviously she was never really pregnant, but come on, they could have at least been a little realistic with it. Anyways, in the middle of them dancing, Lem comes knocking at the door, and he has a conversation with Ahmad's dad. It tells him that he lost his job. See, he lied on his application about not being a convicted felon, which you literally can't do when applying for jobs, but he did anyway, and because of that, he lost his job. Now, Ahmad's dad is basically telling him straight up, hey bro, the one thing that you can't do is tell your wife, because it don't matter what you doing around the house, cleaning, you know, mopping, scrubbing, cooking dinner, it don't matter. If she's going to work every day and she's paying the bills and you're not, it's going to be problems in the household. Next thing you know, you a bum ass nigga, bro. She kicking you out, she moving sim well in. Man, don't tell Bird you ain't got no job now. That's the last thing you should tell a black woman, that she ain't got no job. Yeah, man, you right, man. I can't tell her that. She ain't never gonna fuck with me, man. Now, Ahmad's with his Uncle Miles and his Aunt Terry, and their cousin Faith is coming over. I forgot to mention her earlier, but she popped up at their Sunday dinner. She's basically the finesser of the family. You know, steals money, puts, you know, people's names and stuff to get cars and loans, and then never pays on it. All types of terrible things. She's that one cousin that you love to hate. And by love, I mean, god damn, she fine. Anyways, moving on. Big Mama is finally in for surgery. And she tells Ahmad that she's doing this for him and that he needs to be strong. Baby, don't worry now, I'm gonna be just fine. Just need you to be strong, okay? That's why I'm doing this for you. So we can go be strong together, okay? All right, Big Mama. See you later. I don't fly right now. I got the Nike hat backwards. Damn, just do it. All right, my fault. Now they're sitting and waiting, and eventually the doctor comes out and tells them that there has been a complication. During her surgery, she ends up having a stroke and she ends up going into a coma. This is obviously bad because she's the cornerstone of the family and the matriarch, and as you can see in a metaphorical sense, as soon as Big Mama is well, the family starts to fall apart. When you ain't got no anchor, it's gonna be a lot of movement. Damn, they ain't have to uncover her stump like that. That's fucked up. Now, Lim is still trying to get a job at this point, but it's not looking good for him. Now, look at this fat white dude looking over his application, talking about he's a convicted felon and he's gonna call him. Hey, man, we gonna call you, all right? Man, that's some bullshit, man. I know y'all not gonna call me, man. Oh, my God, fat motherfucker. Over there built like Paul Bearer and shit. Oh my God, man. Where the Undertaker at? Now Lim ends up leaving and he sees Ahmad out. So he, naturally gives him a ride. And Ahmad opens the glove department up to put his little gloves in there and sees that there's a gun. Man, I spent some time in prison, right? Locked up, man. I've been smart, man. I wouldn't even got caught. Man, Big Mama say you always gotta love yourself, man. Maybe you should try that. My man, they don't tell nobody about the gun though, man. Real shit. Motherfucking girl gonna be mad as hell. Now at this point, they're at the hospital with Big Mama. And obviously they are there trying to figure out what is gonna happen next. But Tara and Maxine are going at it because Maxine wants to have Sunday dinner, but Tara doesn't want to. She feels like Big Mama's not dead and she's already trying to replace her. I just feel like Tara is a little envious. I mean, every time she gets into it with Maxine, she brings up the fact that she went to law school and she's got a degree. I got a degree, I'm a lawyer. And my husband is too. You're so smart with your big fancy degree, and yet you can't see that your marriage is in shambles. Probably should figure that out, Tara, so nothing doesn't happen to your man. Foreshadowing. Now, Tara and Maxine get into it at this point because again, Maxine wants to have Sunday dinner, but Tara doesn't. But really, it's a whole power thing, Tara wants to be in charge of everything, and I guess she feels like that because she pays for everything. Paid for Bird's wedding, probably is gonna have to pay for the hospital bills. And I mean, honestly, for any type of care for Uncle Pete and everybody else, she's probably gonna end up footing the bill for everything. That's unfortunate when you think about it. And because of all this going on, Bird ends up being the one that cooks dinner, which is kind of funny because Uncle Pete went to eat and, editor, show him what happened. Bitch, I don't want this nasty ass food. Now Ahmad goes to go see Big Mama. Hey, Big Mama, I wanted to come see you, but I wanted to wait until, everyone got done arguing around you. I hate that they're doing that. You're probably wondering how everyone's doing, but not so good. We need you, Big Mama. And not just your cooking. Like, we literally need you. The family's falling apart. Bird making dinner now. If Uncle Pete eats one more plate of that, I think he's gonna be the one in the hospital next. God. Now, Miles, he's a musician, like Miles Davis, or, Miles. If you're looking for me, I'll be in Hong Kong. All right, my fault. So shout out, Miles, though. Now, at this point, he wants to basically stop working as much, and he wants to make a studio album with his music group, who, actually aren't that bad. They're just a very mid and mediocre boy group. You know, like Boys to Teenagers. Just a black man R&B group, you know, from Timu, but that's besides the point. I mean, look at these guys singing at this club. Yo, wait a minute. Why is Cousin Faith there? I should have knew that she was going to be up to shenanigans. I mean, look at how she was walking around the house. Got them boy shorts on. I don't know if she's about to hop on the back of a motorcycle or she's about to leave her fishing village and go get a hunter's license. That's a Hunter x Hunter reference. If you know, you know. Anyways, Cousin Faith is talking to Miles at the bar about music and how she wants to dance and this audition that she has coming up. Basically, they're relating in the best way possible through things that they like. One person likes music, one person likes to sing. As you can see, they kind of go hand in hand. The unfortunate thing about all of this is that it's probably going to lead to something that's bad. Now, it's bad enough that they related on this, but then Faith has her audition and just happens to run into Miles during it. She doesn't have someone to play her music, so she ends up asking Miles to play something on the piano, and she does. It's kind of cool, you know? This reminds me of that one movie, Save the Last Dance. It's like ballet, but for black people. Nick A, my fault, that was crazy. Shorty is bad as shit though, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, did she just blow him a kiss during her audition? By the way, Lim has been going crazy recently. You know, for the simple fact that he's out of work and he doesn't have a job. Out of work and doesn't have a job, that's redundant. You know what, my bad, that's the ADHD talking. Anyways, Bird called him in the house and they get to arguing in the bathroom about how he doesn't have a job. That he's been on 6 interviews and none of them will hire him because he's a convicted felon. So what does Bird do? Exactly what she knows she can do. Use the fact that she's Nia Long and bad as hell to get Lim a job. But she does it through Simwell, which is just kind of messed up when you think about it, because obviously Lim is going to end up hating the fact that he got a job through his girl being a little thought pocket to the nigga that wants her. But she does it anyway and promised that she'd go to dinner with the smooth operator. I forgot that I told you guys I'm gonna call him that. He looks like every light-skinned guy that's ever been on a CSI show. Anyways, Lim gets an interview and gets hired on the spot. Comes home to Nia Long in some lingerie and he got a new job. Yo, he kind of going crazy on the printing presses, I ain't gonna lie. He's doing so well, they moving him up already. It's only the first day. Hey man, you did a good job on that Johnson job. I ain't expect you to finish till tomorrow, man. Hey, can you work a 9.5 carver? Hell yeah, I can. I could do anything. You know, I could work printer presses, make license plates and all that, rob people at gunpoint, sell heroin. I mean, pretty much I can do anything. I'm a jack of all trades. Now, my man Lim goes to lunch and he's in there minding his business, you know, eating. Now, I knew that this dude sent well with some bullshit, bro. When he came to this man while he eating lunch talking about, yeah, your girl told me about that job you needed, man. Me and Cola go way back. Told him that he called her Cola because she shaped like one. Like, oh, nah. Now, Lim is tweaking. He in the salon snapping on her. And rightfully so. Man, why the hell you do that, man? You know I hate that dude. Now he in there yelling at Bird, and at this point I'm thinking to myself like, uh-oh, is he about to beat her ass? And that's not really what happened. He ended up getting mad and pushed her. But see, Aunt Terry, she didn't know that. She thought that Lim put his hands on her. So they end up calling one of her big bad cousins to come teach Uncle Lim a lesson. Not to kill him, just to beat his ass. So we smacked this dude Lim in the head with a bottle and oh my God. Hold up though, boom, Mickey. Yo, we just knocked bro out, weave, and then pulled the strap out on bald dude. Motherfucker looking like a milk dud, I ain't gonna lie. Now, obviously my man Lim gets arrested because he's a convicted felon and he had a gun on him. All of this because Bird tried to get him a job through Simwell. What kind of dumbass shit is that? You know pride come up before the fall. Like how dare you try to get me a job through the that was humping on you back in the day. Now look at me in the back of a police car because we got into it and your Aunt Terry sent a big ass goon that looked like the nigga from the Green Mile to try to stop me in the bar. Now I gotta put the splickety doo to his head, put the heat to the milk dud, you feel me? Melt some chocolate. Now at this point in the story, we're gonna come back to some foreshadowing that I heard earlier. Remember when I told you that Terry should be paying attention to her husband so nothing happens to him? Well, it's time for something to happen to him. And the something is him getting by her badass cousin Faith. Here they are, home alone, drinking, talking, laughing. Next thing you know, my man Miles gets up and goes upstairs. And look at Faith. God damn, she bad. Ass looking crazy in them little shorts. Hey, you know your boy sent like him something chocolate, you feel me? Now she more like, you know, milk chocolate and all that. But she chocolate, you feel me? I don't discriminate on no shades of black women. And neither did Miles, bro. He went up to that studio and she followed after him and hit her with that, I'm ashamed of this dick. You know damn well we shouldn't have been doing that. Humping on her in the studio. Look how he zipped his pants back up. You know that he messed up. Now obviously you're probably thinking like, okay, he got away scot-free, but no. Ahmad and Aunt Terry came back and obviously they're looking for Miles and they know that he's upstairs in the studio. So they go up there and thank God Terry went first because if Ahmad saw that he might have got scarred, but Terry saw it and that's all that matters. So they decide to leave because obviously she doesn't want to get into it with Faith and him right here in front of Ahmad. And I don't blame her, especially when I had to find out this way that my husband isn't shit. Now, you're probably like, okay, why did he cheat? And there's a lot of different reasons for the fact that he cheated. Their marriage was just kind of in shambles. They haven't had fun in a long time. A divorce was probably inevitable, but any chances of fixing anything died right here. Bro, he getting busy with her. This isn't the first time that I've seen Ghost from Power getting busy. That's literally all he does and everything he's in. I don't know why we had to leave so fast, but Aunt Terry seemed pretty mad. Anyways, it's my mom and dad's 11th year anniversary, and you know they throwing a party. So we headed over there, and Aunt Terry was in the kitchen stressing. I know that ain't cousin Faith on the dance floor getting busy with her thought ass. Yo, look at my mom and dad slow dancing right now. They need to go get a room. Now Aunt Terry is in there watching them dance, and she sees Miles. She's envious the fact that Maxine and Ahmad's dad are together still, but also because her marriage got destroyed. Now while Ahmad is dancing with Maxine, his dad goes into the kitchen to talk to Terry. And this is when everything is going to hit the proverbial ceiling fan. Are you okay? What's wrong, man? I'm okay. I'm just sad. So envious of what you guys have. I thought if me and you had got married, things would be different. I'd probably find a way to screw it up anyway, you know? Man, Terry, you can't. Oh, shit. Hold on. They coming in here, cuz. Since we're all together tonight, I just want to talk about, Big Mama's insurance and all of that. I'm thinking we gonna all pitch in, What about all the money that she's got hidden in her house? There isn't any money. But listen, Terry, I was thinking you could pay for everything right now, and then we could pay you back and stuff. You're always trying to get me to do everything. Listen, I'm not doing shit. I'm gonna sell the big house, and Uncle Pete's gonna go in a home. You are tripping. I'm not selling that house. I'm the guardian, so I'm gonna sell it. Man, come on, Terry, man. Big Mama worked for that house, man. You know what I'm saying? The family and all that. Man, that family. I don't care about none of that. The family fuck my husband. Yeah, that's right. Faith, my husband. Ghost from Power. And just like that, she grabbed the knife and got to chasing after shit. Oh, she almost stabbed Faith ass. You know what's kind of sad? Because she asked Faith what she was going to do to mess things up this time. She acted like she wasn't going to do anything. But then she did exactly the opposite. What a piece of shit. Me personally, I wouldn't have stood for it. Now at this point, Ahmad's back in the hospital. And he's sitting there waiting in case Big Mama wakes up and... Wait a minute. She woke up. Hey, baby. You were here now, wasn't you, baby? Yeah, of course. I was worried about you, Big Mama. I knew you'd come around. I love you, Big Mama. I love you too, baby. The family's all messed up, ain't it? Your cousin Faith ended up fucking Terry's husband. I knew it as soon as I seen her. That look in his eye. You should have known he was gonna cheat. You know how we do in Power. But my soul tired, baby. Real tired. I need you to do something for me, all right? Only you can do it though, baby. I need you to... And just like that, Big Mama started coughing and couldn't get it out. She ended up suffering another stroke and she passed away. And at this point, the matriarch and the cornerstone of the family is gone. You see Ahmad walking away sad, tears falling from his eyes. He knew that this day was coming, but he wasn't prepared for how soon it would be here. They had a funeral for Big Mama. Everybody's there, crying and sad. Yo, I know that this dude Miles is not at the funeral with Faith. Hey, yo! Man, ain't shit at the funeral? Now, Ahmad is trying to figure out what Big Mama wanted him to do. And who's gonna be able to take over everything now that she's gone? It hasn't even been an entire day, and this bitch Terry got a for sale sign in front of the house. So Maxine comes walking in and, oh my God, it's Uncle Pete. And obviously he's out of his mind. He thinks that Maxine is Big Mama. But obviously, she isn't. That's probably dementia or something, but they wouldn't know that because they just leave him in the room to rot and watch TV. Anyways, Maxine realizes that he's out of his mind, so she just plays the role and tells him that she's going to protect him and take care of him. This is going to become very relevant later towards the end of the movie, because obviously no one knows that Uncle Pete's out of his room except Maxine. Now, Maxine calls Terry to brunch with her and Bird to basically tell her that they're going to put a stop to the sale of Big Mama's house. They went to a lawyer and drew up a motion for a cease and desist. Now, obviously, this doesn't bode too well with Terry because she has a power problem. An ego. But things aren't going well with Bird either. She's in the bathroom crying. Not only because she misses Lim, but because Lim is going to be a dad. Lim's going to be a daddy. Oh my God. And he's in prison right now. It's really bad, actually. Well, really, technically, he's in jail still. He's awaiting trial, so you know how that goes. Hope he isn't in there dropping the soap. What? But now that we know the Bird's pregnant, we have new life. And by new life, I mean literally it's new life. There's a baby in there. But also, there's so much more positivity in the air. I can feel it in the air. Wow. But like Beanie Siegel. All right, my fault. But anyways, Aunt Terry felt bad about everything. And because of that, she pulled some strings to get Lim out of prison. And Ahmad also came up with a plan. Basically, he's going to tell every single person in the family that the money that's been hidden in the house, he found it. But basically, he's just trying to get everyone there for Sunday dinner. But it works. First Bird comes, then Terry, Then cousin Faith, even Miles showed up, and they were gonna leave at first, but obviously Ahmad just guilt trips everybody to stay. Even Lem shows up. He got out of prison. Him and Bird make up. Everything is looking great until dinner starts. Hey everybody, I got my job back, you know. They knew I was a very strong, gifted black man, you feel me? And somebody got the charges dropped. Well, I called a friend of mine at the DA's office, so, you know, for a favor. I felt bad. Well, you should be, because you had to spend days in jail, man. You need to mind your own damn business, all right? You over here talking shit about us. You need to worry about her. Fucking your husband. So at this point, Faith was about to leave, but Maxine is like, nah, sit down. We gonna deal with this like family. Bro, ain't no way. I would've let her leave, yo. That's crazy. So what is it, Miles? I didn't take care of you? Nah, it ain't that, baby. Man, you just ain't been happy for a long time now. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened either. It seems that everything I love, I lose. Well, good luck with Mother Joe's money. Mother Joe's money? What you talking about? Man, supposedly there's some money here, you know, and Ahmad found it. Now, at this point, obviously, Ahmad has no money. So he ends up leaving, but also he left something on the stove. That towel that Big Mama told him about. Now, he ends up telling everybody that there isn't any money. It gets to freaking on him. Man, it's your fault. Y'all messed up the family. Man, Big Mama wanted me to get everyone together for Sunday dinner, man. But I ain't know how to do that because all y'all do is fight and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I lied. I lied about the money so you come. You feel me? So we can be a family again. I know that's what Big Mama wanted. Motherfucker sound like that little kid. I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. It's alright, my fault. Now anyways, obviously the towel sets the whole kitchen on fire. So they're in there doing their best to put it out. Yo, did this dumbass just throw water on an oil fire? Yo, this stupid motherfucker. So they're going and they're looking for a fire extinguisher and they end up finding them and they put all the fire out. Now, obviously, it's kind of crazy because why is there 3 fire extinguishers in the house? The fuck did y'all live in a firehouse? Damn, they done messed the whole kitchen up. Yo, they just happen to have a box fan in there? Oh, you know they in a black house. Now, at this point, Uncle Pete comes walking in with the TV and he drops it. And oh my God, look, there's a bunch of money in there. Now, obviously, they have all this money so they can fix the kitchen, pay Big Mama's hospital bills, and they continued having Sunday dinners, eating together and working to become a family.